Friends 2. All right, this is BleachBANGS Music, and we are sitting in with another lost year here in Oklahoma City at Thunder Alley. What's going on, guys?
What's up, man?
Enjoying the shade that we found over here.
Right now, I'm mesmerized by this microphone that you handed me.
We got a collector's item.
Collector's item.
A new showroom floor.
I should have washed my hands or something.
I dig it. I'm scared to drop it. I don't want to drop it right now.
So you're on tour with Bobaflex. How did that come about?
You know what? We finally called Marty and Sean up and we were like, dude, bros.
Let's do this.
Right.
What gives? No, I'm from Southern Ohio. We're based out of North Carolina, but I'm from Southern Ohio, West Virginia, Hicktown, West Virginia. And I've known these Bobaflex guys for about 12 years now, and I grew up opening up for these guys.
Okay.
So I've known them for a very long
stuff.
time. So when we started crossing paths with them out there, I remember the very first look that Marty and Sean gave me. And I was like, we recognize you. We know you. But we crossed paths with them quite a few times as another lost year. And finally, Marty and
awesome.
Clinton. Actually, and they are the same person, just so everybody knows.
Yeah, it's funny seeing them two together because they're seriously the same person. And
Up to no
yeah,
good.
I've heard that about Bobaflex. I've kind of been in their circle for a while, and
most of them are good Christian boys, but Marty might not be.
yeah, Marty's the evil one.
Marty might not be.
There's always got to be a black sheep.
Yeah, but Marty and Sean exchanged phone numbers, and they were like, am I allowed to curse?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's fucking do it.
That's good.
And when they both said it, it was like, boom, it just like,
It got real.
it ended up in my doc sheet.
It manifested into reality.
That's good.
It was that easy. I'm kidding. It wasn't that easy.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about Las Vegas.
It's not much we can.
Vegas.
Well, we got to leave it behind. But,
Right.
but Rock into Spring is going to be going on here in a couple of days.
Short days.
What the hell do you think is going to be going on up there?
It's funny because we were actually in Vegas. I want to say like a month ago, and we saw the lead up to Rock into Spring. We met a couple of the sponsors, and
nice.
the hype is there. We're pretty excited. We know a lot of people flying out from all over, from the Midwest especially. So it's gonna be cool to see a lot of familiar faces. And it's a 3-day event, so you can bet there's gonna be debauchery.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
they got three days full of hardworking bands. They're not just like pulling in bands that play like 2 or 3 shows a year.
Exactly.
Bobaflex plays a lot. Artifice plays a lot.
Yeah.
Like you've got some heavy hitters out, some workers.
Yeah.
And people when you see a working live band, that's a game changer. That's a
Right.
game changer for
And
people.
I totally agree. When Shauna sent us that email, what was it about?
A couple months ago, probably.
Maybe 3 or 4 months ago. We looked at that and went, look at these bands on there. I mean, they're not.
That was custom made for us.
It
to cover
really
the
was,
back.
because
we
just
cover
like what-
the working bands.
Exactly. Exactly what you said. I'm like, holy shit, this is
Yeah.
custom made just for us. I mean, it's not.
A lot of homies gonna be out there.
And that made the allure of Vegas even more appealing to people to fly into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flights to Vegas aren't crazy expensive.
No, not
If
at
you
all.
buy them months in advance and you find a major hub, which most of our friends
Yeah.
live within a couple
They're planning vacations around the festival. Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Tons of
Yeah,
friends.
Today's my first day of vacation.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting down tonight.
Right here.
That's why we're flying out tomorrow, so
Yeah.
we can be there a day early. We're not coming home till Tuesday, so we'll be there a day
Yeah,
late.
we're just going to do it while we're there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
3 days of the festival and then 3 days
Your
of
shoes
just.
are already untied.
You're ready, man.
Well,
You're ready.
Really untied.
Yeah. No shoelaces required.
No shoelaces required in Vegas.
What is your guys' favorite song to play live?
Oh man, I like playing On and On a lot live. Especially because the way we play it live now, we kind of slowed it down a little bit. It's not the same tempo it is on the album. It's actually like a few BPM slower. So it's actually a lot like more chill and jam like, and we kind of settled down on it. So
settling on it. it's been one of my favorites since the release of the album. Triggerfinger has always been. I think that was the one that all of us were like, we want to play that one first.
Yeah.
We want to play that one first. So I still love it, man, because there's some 3-part harmonies on there that where all three of us are singing across the front.
Yeah.
And I love it because I always start early in the set, and I can see people that don't know who we are. They're like,
wow, these motherfuckers can really play. This is a real band.
Southern boys, listen to them up there. Listen to them.
Right on. So, how would your family members describe you as a band?
Oh man.
I mean, if somebody has never heard you,
A family member.
how would a family member describe Another Lost Year?
How would a family member?
Yeah.
I know how my mom would and how my dad would. They're completely different. my dad is not that my mom's not my biggest fan, she is, but like my mom kind of raised me to go and be on my own and do my own thing. So like I could tag her on Facebook and she would call me and yell at me for tagging her on Facebook. where my dad is absolutely my biggest fan in the sense that when we go out to dinner, he's showing the waitress at the Mexican restaurant that we're at. There's 3 other people sitting in, showing her all of my music videos.
Nice.
So like. Both of my parents, even though this probably isn't the career choice that they probably wanted me to take, both very supportive in their own right.
Well, that's good.
And whatnot.
Yeah,
Both
so-
my parents are very, very supportive.
Yeah, same with me. Like my parents are super supportive. It's funny every time I go back home and I get in their car, they're just jamming to the CD like nonstop.
Are you kidding me?
Nonstop. My dad just blaring it,
Wow.
and it's cool. You know, they know all the words to all the songs and they love it. You know,
His parents come out to our shows when we're up
That's
in Maryland. My parents come out to our shows.
my parents actually brought my 94-year-old grandpa to a show, and he stood front row
the whole time.
the whole time. 94 years old.
When I asked that question, it could go one way or way
Or
to the
way
opposite
different.
side.
And it seems like everybody in the music industry knows someone like Aaron Lewis, where they have a great relationship with their parents, and that's where their music inspiration may even come from. Man, I couldn't have been any further from that part of the music industry. Like I grew up singing in church and being the lead in plays in school and everything. And my dad did the PA at Marshall University. And I was singing the national anthem when I was like 8 and 9 years old. Had no clue I was singing in front of 4,000 or 5,000 people. And I'm just singing the most difficult songs in the world. And I'm just having a good old time. So
That's awesome.
I've always been kind of pushed to it. But my mom would say that I'm kind of heavy rock, and my dad would say that I'm kind of heavy rock too. Even though I don't think that we're heavy rock. I don't
know.
Rock.
My mom would definitely say rock and roll, and my dad would probably say like metal, even though we're not metal at all.
There's no scream.
Yeah.
Metal is the borderline screamo kind of band.
So, do you guys have any pre-show routines or superstitions before you go on?
Yeah,
Everybody's got them.
I carry a rabbit's foot
Do you
in my left pocket, and
Me touch it.
I kiss it every time before I go on stage.
I don't
And
even
I'm just joking.
I don't even know. I was like, I don't even know how to take him right now.
Welcome.
We
He says he makes me touch it.
honestly though
His pocket.
we do a
That's not hairy like
that's it's a grower.
Rubbed it all off.
We actually do vocal exercises, and I love those because I close my eyes and like to meditate when I do it. So that's my
Right.
pre-show ritual.
Cool.
Yeah, we do some vocal warm-ups. I hand make a set list every single night. I try to cater to the crowd.
Yeah.
I try not to be complacent and make it, run its course. Sometimes we'll start with an intro, and sometimes we'll do a cold start and just go right into a song. Like just kind of feeling the crowd and feeling like
That's what I was going to ask. What goes into
Yeah.
your lineup each night? How do you determine that?
Adam's actually the one that writes the set list every night. He's the sole responsible one for that.
If we went up on stage and I didn't have a set list, everybody would look at me like they were looking for their mom at Walmart.
That happened another night too, and I was like, Adam, where's the set list? I need it.
What's first?
Well, that's good that it's not predictable. I've been to
No, it changes every night.
Yeah, I've been to some shows where we'll see one band one night, and then about a month later we'll see them again, and it's exactly
There's a
the
couple bands in
same
particular we've
show.
seen
Yeah, we've noticed it too. There's certain bands we play with where we notice that, and we actually notice that they're in between songs. The things they say are even the same exact thing.
Verbatim
Like-
say exactly.
I don't want to name any names, but we've definitely seen the.
What we've seen 7 years later was the exact same speech between the exact same songs.
You know, Clint watches a lot of stand-up comedy, and he's a funny dude. And we all have live mics, so we all have our input. We want it to be a unique show.
Good. That's awesome.
What happened is people come into live music to see a show and not the songs that are on the album. I don't want it to sound exactly like the album. And so, you know, sometimes people think this is walking over hot coals, but you know, I don't want to hear the album played in the background. I don't. I want to.
Thank you. Yes.
You know, we'll run an intro or something like that. Man, if I'm having a bad night, you're gonna hear it, and that's okay.
And no,
That's absolutely okay.
We want to hear a band fuck up every once in a while. We really do.
If you want to hear what a real live band sounds like, go buy any live Pearl Jam album. And they've released every single concert that they've done since 2000. Released every single one of them.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
And if you don't think that they've had a bad night in that sense, and they're unedited, they don't
Okay.
stop anything. There's no pause. You get all the banter in between. Like
Yeah.
that's where I want to get. I want people to want to buy our live albums, you know, of our shows, because it was a unique experience, and they can relive that over and over again.
Man, I really respect that. I mean, just your guys' take on the whole, what the crowd deserves.
They
Yeah.
do. They deserve a unique experience if they're paying $5, $10, $15, $20, $30, or $40 for a show.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Even when people come in and spend $5 for a show, chances are they're going to grab an album or a shirt, and they're going to end up spending $40, you know, $40, $50 by the end of the night on drinks and everything, at least.
Right.
So make it worth their while. You know, the fans and the promoters and fans, they work really hard to put small shows on. And, you know, it's not just the big shows that are put on that. There's work that went into. We were here today at 1:30.
Yeah. Oh
We
my
were here
gosh.
at 1:30 putting everything together.
Yeah.
And if you don't think that we will be here till 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, getting stuff out of here, you're crazy. There's 5 bands on the bill.
Exactly.
Like, that's a lot of work that goes
Yeah.
into a show for a Tuesday. You know,
Yeah.
you guys coming out and doing interviews, photographers coming out of their way and taking pictures and promoting the show on their own pages.
Yeah, I mean, it's Taco Tuesday. I'm sure you guys want to be eating tacos right now.
We are on the south side of Oklahoma City. Trust me, there's tacos.
The best tacos.
The
best.
baby.
I know what's happening after this.
Take us there.
So, when did you guys realize that this is what you wanted to do for a living?
When I was 9 years old, I woke up and my dad had, my parents gave me a guitar and it was in a case, and I woke up and there was a bow tie, a little bow on a guitar case, and it was a big old Spanish flamenco guitar that was just as big as me. I was 9 years old, and it took me a while to even like be able to play a chord, but as soon as I picked it up, I knew that's what I wanted to do.
I mean, you jumped right into that. He already knew exactly when that happened.
For me, I think, I know this sounds really cliche, but I think I always wanted to do it. You know, I talked about me growing up singing in church and everything. Not to put too much of my personal life out there, but my parents separated when I was pretty young, and my brother was 9 years older than me. He gave me a Pearl Jam album, and up until then I thought I was going to be a country music singer. I thought it would be George Strait. And he gave me that album as Pearl Jam's 10, and it was a complete life changer for me. I know I brought Pearl Jam up a couple of times, but they're kind of one of the reasons I got into music and expanded me into rock and roll, because I think I would still be into country music.
There's enlightening days in somebody's life that just the guitar sitting there, the album.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's just things that just change your life forever, and that's what I like to hear, man.
And I think there were actually more times I tried to talk myself out of it most people try to talk them to give themselves the courage to actually do it, and I think that I've had a few instances in my life where I tried to figure out a way to get out of it, but I can't get away from it.
When you know, you know.
Yeah, when you know, you know. Like, this is my. My parents would much rather me be a CPA.
Absolutely.
Much rather me be a doctor. Much rather me be an insurance agent. Anything other than not be around them all the time. But man, they're my biggest fans and supporters and stuff. So
that's awesome.
I couldn't do it without them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's me.
Cool. So when you guys are songwriting, do you have an idea in your head that this is going to be a hit?
Yeah, it's
happening.
Sometimes when we're all in the creative juices are flowing, we're all just in there, and like the song, maybe there's a little bluff guitar there and a little somewhat of a bass and a little bit of a drum programmed in there. And then all of a sudden George will just hit this lead line, and it's like that's what grabs us. That
it's definitely a feeling like in the studio, and I mean we've written so many songs that now it's to the point where if we don't have that feeling from the get go, then we just it's on the floor. It's gotta move us. It's gotta give us that feeling, you know.
So we're our the way that we've written from the beginning of our existence to now, which is 6 years. It's changed drastically too, because everything used to come from Clint. Like Dave Grohl, he just wrote everything. And our latest release, Alien Architect, we literally strapped ourselves in a room, locked ourselves in a house, our buddy's house, and wrote 25 songs on cornfield in the middle of Illinois. And you had, it's a 10 or 15 minute drive to a general store.
Oh wow!
And everything's more expensive at the general store than Walmart. But we literally sat in this room, and it was, the 4 or 5 of us that were sitting there, and we would just keep going through ideas, and when my brain would just get tired, I would go to the kitchen, I'd make myself a sandwich, I'd go hang out with the dog, I'd go and take a nap, I'd call my girlfriend. And I'd come back in, and like they would have pushed the song in a completely different direction than I would have. And it's such a relieving feeling when you're working with
Yeah. It was an awesome experience being in a house, in a living room with your best friends writing music. We had a lot of things that stimulated us, like coffee and a lot of herbal things as well, stimulants. But we had the time of our lives writing this past album. And
there was no time frame. There was nobody barking at us saying, you need to do this, you need to do that. We did what we wanted, and I think that really conveyed to people on Alien Architect. And I think that's why, when we started releasing a couple of the singles beforehand, that's why it essentially debuted at number 8 the way it did. On our own,
That's amazing.
Not to put our secrets out there, but we did that on an $800 laptop.
Oh wow!
So... Just so you guys know, you don't need a big old studio and a big old producer. Just go in there. Don't be afraid to write shitty songs. You don't write shitty songs. I've written Georgia.
You got to shake them off.
Shake those shitty songs off. You don't write 100 songs, because if you write one good song,
it'll make up for it.
It'll make up for it, I promise. And the motivation will be there, because you will realize what you've done. You'll realize that creative spark, and it'll push you, and it'll pull you, and it'll fucking shake you to your bones, and you will be motivated, and you want to do it again. That's the creative roll.
Yeah,
right there.
That's the feeling.
Yep. That's the feeling that everybody chases, and that's why I'm sitting in a parking lot in Oklahoma City, and it's 86 degrees outside.
Behind a strip mall.
Behind a strip mall. And I respect the way you guys do the everything. When there's like people like Nickelback that has their songs written for them and custom designed for them. A lot of country singers have the same thing happening.
Team of writers.
Team writers and stuff, label writers.
This is down to where the tire hits the road.
Yep.
And
this
you
guys.
It is.
It really is, and I really respect what you guys do, because it's amazing, and to put out a package like you guys have put out,
I appreciate it.
phenomenal.
We're just thank you so much. We're definitely following the footsteps of our heroes growing up, because I looked up to a lot of bands and we saw the way they did things. They all just locked themselves up in a room and wrote music. They didn't rely on another third party writer.
When did that crap start happening? I don't understand what's going on. Everything's so commercial. So here this
Do you think that Dave Grohl has always written good songs?
Yeah, no way.
No,
Yeah.
he's practiced. He's made himself better.
Right.
There aren't a lot of people that make it for a long time. Longevity. Name someone in rock and roll that's not Shinedown or Slipknot or Chris Daughtry that can sell out arenas every night.
Yeah.
That's very true.
That's formed post 2000.
Yeah.
There's not
You're
bands.
right.
There's not rock bands out there
Yeah.
because it's kind of a little watered down.
The whole scene has totally changed from 10 years ago.
I think that and I'm not just picking on rock and roll. I'm picking on music. I think that it's just it's diluted and it's there's no substance.
Yeah, I think people are missing the essence of music, which is just vibrations going through the air, and it's not necessarily somebody pressing play on a laptop and that's it.
Yeah.
I think the whole human factor to music is what people should admire, and that's what we're striving to get people to love. Is back what rock and roll used to be, is no tracks, just you're out on stage and you're playing like for real what you love. You're not relying on a CD or a backing track or something to express yourself. You're truly expressing yourself at the moment, in the moment.
I totally agree. I mean, I've got your guys' album at home, but it's a totally different thing that I want to see when I come and see you guys. It really is.
And you're gonna hear it live.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear the cracks, the squeaks.
I want to see
You're gonna hear the.
I want to see.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I just changed my strings.
I don't have too many strings left.
I just changed them.
No, there's a romantic part of music that's missing right now.
Mhm.
And when you find a band that you can attach yourself to live, that's in front of you, you gotta go out and see them, and you gotta love them. You gotta buy their album. You gotta buy their shirts. You gotta tell your friends.
Yes.
Because if it's not for fans and people wanting to wear our merch and listen to our songs, I realize our albums, $10 or $15, but I guarantee that most people spend $10 or $15 a week at Starbucks.
Oh, absolutely.
And all that stuff does is make you poop.
Yep.
It makes you poop. Our album will never make you poop. It will make you feel happy.
It's written that
It will
way.
make you feel sad. It will bring some emotions to you, but it will never make you poop. One of my favorite quotes ever is from Jason from Fading Able.
Uh-huh.
I got off stage. We were direct support for them. I got off stage one night. Man, it was awful. My voice wasn't there. My strings were dead on my bass. And it was a rough night. And I get on stage and I was like, man, it's a rough one. And he smiles at me. And he had a couple of drinks. So he smiles at me, winks, and he goes, Adam, sometimes when you make fries for a living, you burn them fries.
That's great.
That's awesome.
And I lost it, and it made my mood go from about a 3 back up to about a 6.
It made sense too, because you could be the best fry maker and still burn fries every now and then. It's inevitable. It's fucking inevitable.
But it's real.
Yeah,
It's real. It's what happens.
I'm still going to eat shitty French fries.
It's like I said, the human factor. You can't take the human factor out of it.
Yeah. Next time you get burnt fries, you get to go by the window and go.
I remind Jason of that every single time. He's like, I don't remember that, Adam. I don't remember that.
Well, thank you guys very much.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, man.
No
Thanks a lot,
problem.
dude.
I mean,
You guys are
This is
an
fun.
important part of the music